Anyway, I just think the story of America is this in the last 40 years is the story of exploding wealth. And I know that because I grew up here in a rich neighborhood in which not one person had a plane and everybody had, a ski house in Tahoe and everyone drove and everyone's, stayed in a motel. I mean, we did. And everyone ate at like Denny's or like a diner by the side of the road that all classes of people ate at. I don't know anyone who would drive 8 hours to a ski house or eat at Denny's. Like the classes have just become so completely divided in a way that they weren't. It's not an egalitarian country. Now, as a Northern European, my instinct is egalitarian. That's just what it is. Like it's genetic. I'm Scandinavian. And that's, by the way, a Protestant thing too. Like we're all in this together.
Yes, I'm a Latin Catholic. I don't mind.
Right, exactly. No, you're used to.
I hate the peasants.
Of course,
it's okay.
You beat your servants with a cane every morning. I have no problem with that. It's more a Hindu outlook, but
it's our tradition. It's our Latinx tradition.
No, but like America, nobody wants to say it was a Northern European Protestant country. That was the whole. That was the whole point of it. And up until pretty recently, really, certainly my childhood, that was true. And now it's not true. So there have been all kinds of changes to the structure of society. And you expect that over time they will get worked out. But we are definitely in the middle of a dramatic pivot. And Trump is, probably the last white male Protestant president we're ever going to have. And he has those attitudes. He has vestiges of those attitudes, that egalitarianism, which is a Protestant thing.
Yeah, absolutely, like 100%. And this is one of the things that bothered me during the whole sort of BLM thing. It's like, oh, that's white. I was like, no, that's not white. That's Anglo and Protestant. I'm white and I'm not like this.
No, that is totally true. And I've, spent enough of my life outside the country to have genuine, not just performative, but sincere respect for other people's cultures, which I think seem to work pretty well. But I'm speaking of my own culture, which I loved. And I'm not claiming it's morally superior to any other Christian culture. I would say it's totally superior to all pagan cultures, but it's not superior to French Catholic culture. I don't think that it is, but it's mine. And it's what made America America. And it's gone. And so that's a function of demographics.
But that I agree, or I get that, which is there was an egalitarian ethos in the sense that somebody who had a lot of money didn't dress particularly differently, didn't, lived in a bigger house, but it was basically the same kind of house. He had a Cadillac instead of but it was still like basically a GM car and all that. And but it was changed. Like, it was deeper. Rich people now live in compounds.
Yes,
with armed guards,
and they go to the front of the line. It's the change in attitudes. I remember when before we had TSA, but when airports, I guess when we got TSA in 2001, airports installed this thing called TSA Pre, which allowed you to cut to the front of the line if you had some special paperwork. And I remember of course, I was an instant beneficiary of it, because I travel a lot. I'm not going to stand at the back of the line. So I was enrolled in the program. However, I thought it was weird. Or you can pay extra money to go to the front of the line at Disneyland. You can't go to the front of the line because we're all citizens. And no matter how rich you are, no matter how poor I am, we have the same rights. We have the same inherent dignity because we're both created by God. And we have a court system that treats us identically.
Yep.
And that was America right there. Those attitudes. Even if you had a 30,000 square foot house and I lived in a one-room apartment, we were equal before God and equal before the law. And that sense has totally disappeared. And it's because the people around the country don't have those attitudes, for a bunch of reasons. But it's so